Good evening. You watching Insight on NewsX. I'm Neha Khanna. Our big focus tonight, will he, won't he? This is the question that has been asked for years now. But no, it never quite goes away because megastar Rajnikanth's fans just can't stop hoping that the man they call Thalaiva, the man who they almost worship as God, will enter politics someday and take Tamil Nadu political scene by storm. So why are we discussing this now? Well, that's because the man himself has been dropping plenty of hints while still keeping everyone guessing as far as that million-dollar question is concerned. Rajnikanth has been meeting his fans this week after a gap of 8 long years, and as he posed for those customary selfies, that inescapable question kept coming up. Will he join politics? His answer? Well, if God wants me to join politics, then maybe I will. I've never had political ambitions, but if I do enter politics, I will show the door to money-minded people. Is that a strong hint from Thalaiva?
May 15, 2017. He fueled the speculations. May 17, 2017. He dropped another hint today. As all politicos wait and watch, Thalaiva continues to tease his next political stint. From meeting BJP's hope ahead of RK Nagar polls to speaking with fans about his next big move, Rajnikanth reiterates new role at the right time.
Sir, your fans want you to enter politics, sir. You're still making them to wait. Will you enter politics? Are you considering
actually
it, sir?
what I have to convey, I conveyed day before yesterday, all right? And I have nothing more to say at present regarding that.
Many believe that his entry will provide a dynamic equation to the political scenario in Tamil Nadu. With a weakened AIDMK after the demise of former Chief Minister Jayalalitha and a resurgent DMK waiting to come back to power, Rajnikanth might well be the alternative that Tamil Nadu will be looking at.
There could be some kind of influence. We have seen even the Prime Minister Modi meeting, Rajnikanth. Beyond that, it is very difficult to fathom what exactly transpired between the two. Could be some kind of influence. We have seen even the Prime Minister Modi meeting, Rajnikanth. Beyond that, it is very difficult to fathom what exactly transpired between the two. But circumstantial evidence points to the fact that the BJP wants Rajnikanth in Tamil Nadu politics.
Mr. Rajnikanth is a great actor, have a lot of respect for his body of work, but will he be a great leader? Will he serve the people? If he does choose to do so, please let him make a decision and join somebody soon or start a party of his own.
Even the statement today has also come with so many caveats, ifs and buts. So we'll have to wait and see whether Mr. Rajnikanth will actually plunge into politics, because speaking is one thing and plunging into politics is another thing.
After years of soft peddling Rajnikanth to join politics, politicians have now adopted a wait-and-watch policy for Rajnikanth's next political blockbuster. Will the superstar finally take the plunge? Bureau Report, NewsX.
Well, so will the superstar finally take the plunge? That really is the eternal question that never quite seems to go away. Well, we don't know what the superstar is thinking, but let's try and get some reactions from our panelists to that million-dollar question. Joining me tonight for a special discussion on this is Manu Sundaram, spokesperson for the DMK, S. Murari, political analyst, both of whom are joining us from Chennai, Professor M.D. Nalapat, editorial director of the Sunday Guardian, also with us, BJP spokesperson Narayanan Tirupati, and Dhanya Rajendran, editor-in-chief of the News Minute, also with us. Professor Nalapat, let me start with you. Now, of course, the one question that's been asked the most in the last 2 years was, why did Kattappa kill Bahubali? But I think another question that has been asked for much longer than that is, will Rajni finally take the political plunge? Now, Professor, for our sake and the sake of our viewers, I'll ask you to stick your neck out. Tell us, will he, won't he? And also, equally importantly, should he?
Well, I'd like to say that going by the past, I don't think he's going to take a formal plunge into politics, although he might support any particular party. possibly the BJP, because it is true that there is some kind of discomfort between the two, of the two Dravidian parties by the people of Tamil Nadu. So he may decide to support the BJP. I don't believe that he's going to take a plunge into active politics the way MGR did. I don't think that's his style, and if he had wanted to do that, he would have done it much before.
All right, if he wanted to, he would have done it much before, and that's something that many have asked, that is it a bit late in the day for the megastar to take the political plunge? Is this something he should have done 25 years ago? All right, Mr. Murari, let me come across to you now. Let's take a look at some of the utterances of this megastar in the last few days. He says, I like power. Later, when probed a little, he says, no, I was talking about spiritual power. Then he says, if God decides that I should join politics, then I will. And if I do, I will show the door to money-minded people. In other words, I will fight corruption. Asked the same question today, he says, well, the new rule will come at the right time if it has to. What do you make of all these utterances? Many, at least many of his fans, are hoping that these are hints that he is probably seriously considering joining politics.
No, he has been talking in this vein for the last 25 years. It is not anything new now after his meeting with the fans. Maybe he wants to keep them in good humor, say that he will enter politics maybe later, maybe at the right time. But you get a bit tired of all these kind of announcements. It's only the media which is, over eager to know whether he will he or won't he. As he himself said, God willing, I will say, my answer will be, God knows when he will enter. And even if he enters, what big difference is going to make to political scene in Tamil Nadu? I have my own doubts. Because you can say, now, two big leaders are out of the scene. One, Jayalalitha is no more, and Karnanidhi into
yes,
virtual
I was going to ask you that. If I could come in here for just a moment. Sir, how do you look at the timing of these statements? The fact that he is meeting his stars after 8 long years, and the fact that he is now dropping these hints, many feel that he does see a political vacuum in Tamil Nadu after the death of Jayalalitha, and therefore, do you feel that he may now be considering it more seriously than ever before?
Look, he is willing to strike and afraid to wound. That kind of a man he is. He is very hesitant, very indecisive, as his one-time friend Mupunar was. He never take a decision easily. And more than anything else, he has said time and again that he is not cut out for politics because he has friends in all the parties, which is also true. He was equally close to BJP, equally to DMK, and the TMC, short-lived TMC, Mupunar. So he didn't want to antagonize anybody. More than anything, his fans are drawn from all political parties. If he takes a political line, that he will be antagonizing the fans from other political parties. So he wouldn't want that. And I don't think he has the wherewithal to start his own party. Remember, being a popular star,
All right, so I come back to you.
Let me go a little further. Being a popular star by itself will not ensure success in politics.
Absolutely, and we'll discuss that in greater detail a little later on.
One more point I'll make.
You're
MGR is different.
Right
Let us discuss definitely.
Right, so we'll dwell on that in just a moment. Let me get our a quick comment from some of our other panelists. Mr. Tirupati, come in here at this point. Now, many within the BJP have said, even quite publicly, that they would be most happy if Rajnikanth were to join the BJP. Though, of course, Rajnikanth has not revealed his cards at all. We don't know if he's going to eventually join politics, or whether he joins your party or some other, or whether he decides to float his own political outfit. But then there is a senior leader in your party, sir, Mr. Subramaniam Swamy, who recently referred to, the possibility of Rajnikanth joining politics as a joke, even saying Rajni has been with various parties and has no ideology. Rajni is a mere distraction. Even saying cinema people are good at giving statements as their dialogues are scripted by somebody else. Is that a view you and the party subscribe to, sir? Or would you be most welcoming of his entry into politics?
Number one is that nobody can compel Mr. Rajnikanth to enter politics. Number two is that nobody can object or say no to Rajnikanth to enter politics. It is his own prerogative, and he has got all the liberty to enter politics, join BJP or any other party. We welcome Rajnikanth to enter into politics if he decides. God willing. If he decides, he will be the right person in the right party if he joins BJP. That is what we have to say.
Will be the right person in the right party. I'm sure
Mr.
every party
Subramanian
will be saying this, Mr. Tirupati. But what if he decides to float his own political party? Will that not become a threat to the existing political
it's okay,
players?
what is there? No, it is also their right. See.
Right. All right, let me get a response now from Manu Sundaram
I say
of
my
the
party
DMK.
is right, and if Mr. Rajnikanth is right,
okay.
So,
one
minute. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Okay,
as
sir.
far as Mr. Subramanian Swami's statement is concerned, whatever he said, it is his own view, because he has welcomed, or he wanted Sasikala to become the chief minister, which our party did not approve of. We never liked it also.
Okay.
So, if that is wrong, whatever Mr. Subramanian Swami said about Mr. Rajnikanth is also wrong.
All right, so you're
it is
completely
our view,
distancing
and
yourself
we are
and
very
the
clear.
party
We don't
from
compel
Mr.
Mr.
Swami's
Rajnikanth.
comments.
If he is willing to join BJP, we will welcome him.
You will welcome it, all right. You will welcome him joining the BJP, but I wonder
Pardon
how
me?
you'll react
I don't get
if
you.
he were to join another party or launch his own political outfit. And I will take that question to Manu Sundaram. Manu, now, Rajnikanth is not somebody who's entirely steered clear of politics. We've seen him dabbling every now and then in politics in some form or another since the 1990s, whether it was initially extending support to the Congress during the Narasimha Rao days or later shifting his allegiance to the Congress, to the DMK TMC alliance. But today, of course, it's a different scenario. People are saying there's a political vacuum in Tamil Nadu following the death of Jayalalitha. How would a party like yours react to somebody like Rajnikanth taking the political plunge? Assuming he does not join your party, would parties like yours feel threatened by his immense popularity and stardom?
Well, Neha, I don't think anyone can dispute the fact that Mr. Rajnikanth is a very popular person, not just within the state of Tamil Nadu. Across the country, he has a very strong fan following, and some may say the fan following even extends to international fans. But, you know, Rajnikanth's statements in the last 2-3 days have been quite cryptic. He has not quite made it very clear, or he has not been categorical. You know, Rajnikanth's statements in the last 2-3 days have been quite cryptic. He has not quite made it very clear, or he has not been categorical, you know, saying that God will guide me and all that. I think a lot of people would look at it and say he's quite confused. He's not sure whether to take the plunge or not. With regard to what the BJP spokesperson said, you know, I think it raises a very interesting question, whether Rajnikanth needs BJP or BJP needs Rajnikanth in Tamil Nadu.
Yes, that is an interesting question. I agree, Manu.
Jokes aside, I think Mr. Rajnikanth's entry, jokes aside, Mr. Rajnikanth's entry into politics must be welcomed. You know, I'm a personal fan of the actor Rajnikanth. I think he brings a lot of charisma, popularity, but you know, personally, I feel people should come into politics and public life at a much younger age, firstly. And secondly, Neha, the whole personality cult politics is long over.
While he may have been in politics
opinion.
for a long time, may I remind you that the leader of your party right now is 96 years old, if I'm not mistaken, and his son Stalin is only 3 years younger than Rajnikanth.
Neha, I'll correct you. That's okay. He's the leader of my party is 94 years old. He took his first political plunge. He became an MLA exactly 60 years ago.
All right, go ahead.
So the leader of my party became an MLA when he was 34 and became the chief minister of the state when he was 46. So, you know, I think what I'm trying to say is, look, it's important for younger people to come in. Look, Mr. Rajnikanth should come into politics if he thinks, you know, that's his prerogative. And I think no political party is going to oppose that. Now the question is, are we going to continue along the path of personality cult politics, or are we going to move towards the modern day public policy oriented, development and infrastructure oriented modern politics?
Mr. Tirupati, give me a moment. I need to get Dhanya Rajendran in at this point. Manu, you raise a pertinent question. Mr. Tirupati, give me a moment.
Now, yeah.
Give me a moment,
Yeah.
I'll come to you.
Now, as per Mr. Manu, the DMK is afraid of Rajini joining politics.
All right. We will see. That debate is something that will continue, sir. But, right. But you know, I think what you're discounting here is the possibility of the man floating his own political outfit, because then he may become a threat to each one of you. All right, Dhanya Rajendran coming here at this point. I think all right, I'm told we've lost the line there to Dhanya. We'll try and go back to her in just a moment. Professor Nalapat, let me come back to you. Another question that really needs to be asked is that the man enjoys the kind of popularity which perhaps no other star in this country can boast of. It's unparalleled, right? But will entering politics be a major gamble for even a man like Rajnikanth? Yes, it worked for MGR. Yes, it worked for Jayalalitha. Yes, it worked for NTR. And things may work different down south. But let's not forget that there is an example of an Amitabh Bachchan who many would say was a complete failure in politics. And so one question that needs to be asked is, does charisma and stardom necessarily translate into votes and political viability?
Well, Neha, you're talking about Rajnikanth's policy. I mean, I have seen glimpses of some of his movies, and there have been a lot of stunts, and there have been a lot of, fisticuffs and a lot of other activities. I'm not really sure how much these stunts and these fisticuffs will translate into an economic policy or a social policy.
Right.
I mean, I can't see the economic and social policies in Rajnikanth's movies. The fact is that if he joins the BJP, it's very, very clear that he will be going into the platform of the BJP. And the BJP, especially under Prime Minister Modi, has a very clear platform. Under Mr. Vajpayee, there was a slight diffused platform. Under Prime Minister Modi, it's got a very clear platform. So it will be very clear Rajnikanth has accepted the BJP's platform rather than the BJP accepting Rajnikanth.
All right, Professor Nalapat, we'll come back to you. Apologies for losing that link to him. We'll go back to him in just a moment. Mr. Murari, if you could come back into the debate at this point. I'm just playing the devil's advocate. In 1996, Rajni said even God cannot save Tamil Nadu if Jayalalitha becomes Chief Minister. Jayalalitha lost that election. Comments which he, of course, expressed regret for later. In 2011, he casts his vote, comes out and flashes a V sign. People thought it meant he was supporting Jayalalitha, and she actually went on to win that election by a landslide. In 2014, just before the elections, he meets Narendra Modi. NDA wins 2 seats in Tamil Nadu, something that was seen as a big step forward for that party. The point is, sir, at the end of the day, the man does seem to wield immense influence over the voters, even without being in politics.
No, I have a different take on this. Take 96, that was a watershed election. As Swami said in another channel, 5 years he campaigned against Jayalalitha, especially corruption. He who initiated corruption cases against Jayalalitha. It was one of those cases which ultimately proved to be her undoing 18 years later.
Right.
Lead to her unseating, disqualification and all that. And 95 years, Rajani was nowhere in the picture. At the time of the election, he came on the scene and he came with a big announcement. If people voted Jayalalitha back to power, not even God could save her. Okay, that was just so happened that the public mood, he reflected the public mood and it proved to be right. That doesn't mean he was right all the time. 99, when there was a split in the Congress-TMJ alliance, with DMK joining hands with the BJP and TMJ going for a third front, Rajani took a very neutral stand because he was close to both Karunanidhi and
Actually, what's interesting is that at one point or another, he has aligned himself with all major political parties, whether it's the BJP, whether it's the Congress, whether it's the DMK, whether it's the AIDMK, and therefore it's impossible to tell which way the man will actually go. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah. Not only that, in 2001 he made peace with Jayalalitha. He called her a very brave lady and all that. I don't expect that he had to carry a personal vendetta against her and all that.
Right.
But all that was forgotten. So he was just a passing phenomenon, unlike MGR, who built up an assiduous image as a do-gooder, as a poor man, and he translated into real life also. He lived to that image even in real life. and 50 years long association with the DMK.
Right.
And then only he became Chief Minister in 77, and he continued for 9 years, 10 years.
All right.
And it was a long struggle. But this man has not been in politics at all. Jayalalitha was concerned, he was mentored by MGR. She inherited his vote bank. Even then she took her 8 years to become Chief Minister.
Right.
To take to other states, NTR was a disaster. Only one term it was Chandrababu Naidu who unseated him, a died-on-the-roll politician.
All right.
So, in terms of popularity, NTR was far more popular.
Let me take that to Mr. Tirupati. Sir, respond to what Mr. Murari there is saying. He's saying you cannot compare a Rajnikanth to an MGR. Rajnikanth was at best a flash in the pan. Also, sir, my question to you is it enough for somebody to just be famous and a star to enter politics? What about political credentials? What about ideology? Is your stardom enough for the voters to take you seriously enough?
See, BJP is not dependent on any individual, whether it is all India or in our state also. But if somebody, a great person like Mr. Rajnikanth, definitely he has got all fan following, he has got his nationalistic views, he has been supportive of BJP for a very long time, he has been supporting our ideology, he has been supporting our projects, including river linking project, even the recent one in demonetization, so many things he has been very supportive. So,
sir, are you saying then that you actually believe that Rajnikanth leans towards the BJP?
We are definitely for it and we are happy, yeah.
Okay, Manu Sundaram, come in there because Mr. Tirupati almost seems to be suggesting that Rajnikanth has not only been supportive of a lot of the measures taken by the Modi government, but he's practically leaning towards them. How would you respond to that?
Well, Neha, in two parts. Firstly, you had spoken about Mr. Rajnikanth's support to the DMK in 96 and then 99 and subsequent other elections. Look, if there are 10 cricket matches in the IPL and I call, winners in the 10 matches, I may get 5 right, 5 wrong. Doesn't mean I made those teams win. So I don't think we should discredit the people's mandate in each election, and it does not come down to one person or one issue. Secondly, I think Mr. Rajnikanth, if he's supporting all these policies and like the BJP spokesperson feels, he's a good candidate or a good fit for the BJP. I mean, that's his own decision to make, and he may do that. But the question is, fit for the BJP. I mean, that's his own decision to make, and he may do that. But the question is, what if? See, it's 2017 now, Neha, and the next election we are looking at from a Tamil Nadu perspective is 2019, the Lok Sabha elections.
Correct.
So Mr. Rajnikanth might become a member of parliament and ultimately want to become the prime minister. So that poses a real big challenge because he's such a big phenomena, and his phenomenon is, international. So this might actually, maybe the BJP is thinking of a new prime minister candidate. I do not know.
All right, Manu, we're running out of time. Professor Nalapad, I'll give you the last word. Sum up this debate for us very briefly. My question to you is, do you believe people want to see their favorite film stars in politics only because of their charisma and larger-than-life persona? Or is it because they're fed up of the establishment and the inefficient and deeply corrupt political system that they've had to put up with?
Well, Neha, this is the problem. Now, you have real life and you have real life. And let's assume Rajnikanth joined politics. I don't believe he can ever be Prime Minister, but he could be conceptually Chief Minister. Let's say he becomes Chief Minister and he makes a royal mess. He's not able to solve any problem, which is very likely. I don't think Rajnikanth's administrator has ever been tested.
Absolutely.
Then people are going to turn against him. Whereas in a movie, the script is prepared. He's always succeeding. He's always a hero. He always wins the heroine. He always destroys the villain. That's fantastic. But in real life, I'm sorry, these things don't happen.
Absolutely. He always wins over the heroine in the movies, and of course, the stunts are all scripted and well choreographed. But politics is a different ball game altogether. Yes, sir. Quickly. Last 5 seconds, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Apart from apart from movies, Rajnikanth is a very nice person, very good human. He has very clearly said
All
that
right.
he will keep away from DMK and Congress. I mean,
All right.
he
So
said
clearly,
that there is no corruption. He will not stand with corruption. That means Congress and DMK.
well, Manu, I can tell you, you seem to be in trouble because Mr. Tirupati seems to be going out of his way to woo Rajnikanth. He seems to believe Rajnikanth is already in his corner and it is you guys who need to worry. But gentlemen, I've completely run out of time. Thanks very much for joining us on this debate. Hope to see you again on the show. Thanks very much and thanks to our